Hello.
Hello, what's up?
Yo. She is back in Korea.
Yeah.
I'm back in Dallas. What time is it right now there, Jie?
4:22 a.m. Bright and early.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everyone. In the last couple weeks, lots has happened. We had an UmmaNola hangout in the Bay Area. Lots of fun.
Yeah.
And then we had our Napa Half Marathon.
Is that why you're wearing that today?
You know, it's a complete coincidence, but also, boy, do we have a lot of stories to tell from that incident, don't we?
Too soon?
We-
Too soon?
It's never too soon for me. It's up to you.
That's right.
I respect.
That's right.
I
No.
respect you if you think it's too soon.
No, let's go. So, how was your first time doing a half marathon?
It was amazing. So basically, a little background is the year that we turned 40, but at the tail end of it, Jihye and a couple of our other friends all ran a marathon. And I was not going to run a marathon. Oh, the marathon was in Hawaii. So then I wanted to just come and play in Hawaii. Also, the marathon was kind of falling on my daughter's birthday weekend, but anyhow, realized that the marathon was actually the day after my daughter's birthday. So I could make it, but I still had zero desire to run the marathon. So I just did the 10K, right? And hey, you roll your eyes, but weren't you so glad I was there? Weren't you so glad?
Absolutely. So happy.
Right? Tell us about the marathon experience and what a great friend I was to you at that time.
Yeah. Briefly, I was training for the marathon and I messed up my left knee. And so I was a little devastated because I thought that I wouldn't be able to run. Went to two doctors and they both said I shouldn't. But you know, when there's a will, there's a way. The body will recover. And I believe in my body so much that I risked everything. And then so I started running and I was like, oh my gosh, I passed mile 20. Great. And then my knees buckled. And I've never got to more than 16 miles, you know, when I was training. So this was like, you know, like one of those like moments of like, oh my God. And then mile 20 comes and I was like, uh-oh. And then I texted the group and it was after you did the 10K and you were just chilling. And you're like, oh, I'm waiting for you guys at mile marker like 21 or something, right?
Yeah. It was like right around 20, actually, yeah.
20? Oh, yeah. So then I was like, right before 20 hit, I was like, oh, my knees are starting to buckle. I might have to go a little slow. And then, of course, lo and behold, I like come around the corner and I see your little face and be like, yo, let's go. And then you ran like 6 extra miles with me, walked it. And, you know, when it was like the finish line, you just kind of veered off. But, you know, you ran the race with me and it was amazing to know that my best friend was right beside me, cheering me on, but also just, you know, like when I had to walk, you would walk with me. When I had to run, you would encourage me to, are you ready to go again? And so I thought
symbolic.
That was really...
Gosh, such a good friend. Okay, fast forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, hey, let's do the marathon together, full marathon. I would love to do the full with you. And you're like, baby steps. So you said, okay, I'm just trying to do turkey trot.
Oh, I did Beta Breakers, which was like 7-something miles.
그렇지.
And then I did a turkey trot, which was 8 miles.
And how, like, you did not break a sweat in any of them. Your body is just made to be a runner's body. You just don't know it.
My body is not made to do many physical activities. I just think that I'm very 살살 in everything I do in my life. Like, you go hard.
I know.
I just go slow. I'm like, I'm gonna get injured if I push myself any further. So maybe that's the pro tip. But then, yeah, we decided to do the half because I felt like I had worked myself up to it. None of us had trained, really. I had done like 1 7-miler like more than a month before, but we were not consistent. Christina was very consistent. She was very prepared.
진짜 잘했어.
And then we went, and then in the beginning, even from the cold, you were struggling.
I was not happy. Yeah, because 나 추위 잘 타.
It,
And
it
it
was
was
like
very
not even
cold.
cold.
It was freezing. Freezing.
It was not freezing temperature.
But you just emanate heat. I don't know how you do it, but you're just like a little
I don't
hot
know
cold.
how either.
I mean, I have the fat. See, this is why my fat doesn't make any sense to me. First of all, it doesn't want to leave my
팥을
body.
어떻게 저렇게 뜨겁게 어떻게 할 수 없을까? I really was
몰라.
like,
But
because I was like hugging everybody that was cold. When I went to hug you, I was like, oh, your body's actually very cold.
yes,
I
so
was like,
cold.
what a bad person to hug. You know? like soft but not warm.
Anyway,
So even from that, you were like really struggling because you get really.
I was.
And I'm like wearing shorts and like a shirt. And then we had some, everyone says when you go on a race, don't change your routine. Well, for me, I don't really have a routine. So I'm like, anything is good. But Jihye, you are a creature of habit and you have a way of like, you like to wear long sleeves. You like to do certain things a certain way. You don't really eat anything and you don't do any gels, none of that stuff. But then you're given a little pack of electrolytes to mix into your water. So we had a little bit of it, right?
I had a full bottle of water with that electrolyte in there.
그것도
Full
네가
bottle.
약간 바보잖아 그러면. 나는 I mixed it and I only drank maybe 1/3 and I chucked it because I didn't want to go pee.
나는
그걸 또 you downed it.
I downed the
So
whole
it's not,
thing.
it ain't tequila. Yeah.
꿀꺽.
Oh, so then we drink that and then finally the race starts. And we're like, yeah, going. And that
Let's
energy
go.
of the race, that's the
I
best
love it.
part. I mean, every part is
진짜.
so good, but like that energy is so exciting, you know?
맞아.
And then we started and we're like feeling good. And I'm like, hey, Jay, we're kind of going a little fast in my taste. I'm like, I like to keep it at a nice, slow 11 minute. But we're going at like 9:30. Can we slow? Oh, you're like, yeah, it feels not that fast, but we'll slow it down. And I'm like, Jay, we're still going at 9:50. Can we slow it down a little bit more? There's no way. Your thing is reading it wrong. We're like slow. I'm like, it's kind of fast for me. So that's the beginning. And after
맞아.
that, it went all downhill.
Downhill. I think it was mile 1. I don't know if I got to mile 1.
No, not even.
Not even.
Maybe because there were some bathrooms within that first mile. But
맞아.
I think it was right after because
맞아.
I literally was thinking, who's already going bathroom?
Yeah.
I literally was thinking who's already going bathroom because like
As
there were
did
all
I.
these porta potties we just passed by at the start line, right?
맞아.
And we had an hour to kill. Yeah. Oh, you thought that too?
Yeah, absolutely thought that. I was like, 아이고.
Good.
You know?
Little did you know
아이고.
that was a
So
that
let's
was a
go.
time that and your
I
body
was
was
like,
like,
"Hey,
let's go.
Yeah. My body literally said, F you. I'm going to ruin you today. And I was ruined. I was humbled. I was ruined. So, like,
Hey, I just
right
want
after
to
the
say
porta potty.
for your own dignity, you don't have to say everything.
No, I will say everything because I love being authentically myself, and I'm over it now. So
And are
Okay.
you?
I am.
Also, I
Yeah.
say this because sometimes I just don't like too authentic because it makes me
It's okay.
feel like I'm gonna throw up in my mouth.
But you already saw and you experienced it firsthand, so it's okay.
All right, then let me give the listener a warning where we're gonna go. It's gonna be
We're gonna go.
shit town story. yeah. This is how the Napa became a poo poo scenic tour. Mm-hmm.
You
Go.
guys might be drinking some wine that have been fertilized by my poo-poo, FYI. Okay, so right after the potty potty situation, I was like, uh-oh, I gotta go. And then I was like, 지민아, 나 화장실 가야 돼. She goes, mile 3까지 참을 수 있어? I was like, 참을 수 있을 것 같아. Right when I said that, something started drizzling out of my gung-dae.
Oh no! Oh hell no!
And I didn't say anything to Jimin because I was like, 그냥 it's her first marathon. I don't want to ruin it for her. So 꾹 참았어.
Half.
그냥 계속
Uh-huh.
half, okay. 근데 꾹 참고 그냥 친구를 위해서. 근데 갑자기 더 많이 나오는 거야. So I was like, uh-oh. And then at a certain point, I was like, 지민아,
Were you
나
like
지금
배
가야 돼.
아파? Were you
No,
like?
배는
Did
안
you have a
아팠어.
stomach ache?
No
It was just
stomach ache.
loosey goosey. Just
그렇지.
it was just diarrhea.
그렇지. So I was like, hey, I gotta go. And you're like, are you sure you can't wait? I was like, I can't. So I popped a Stonehenge wall at this really, and all the vineyards were super nice. It's not even like
I'm gonna
the
get
ghetto
a
or
scenic tour of all
no,
the
no, please
spots
don't do
at
that.
GS. I'm gonna mark it on the map. When we're
하지 마,
80, we're
제발.
gonna go take pictures.
This is the great part. I jumped a wall and 생각도 없이 I just like squatted and a lot came out. And I was like, oh my God. I was like,
I'm
okay, I'm
surprised
done.
it didn't like tiggle on your pants or on your shoes.
I'm pretty sure it did. I just didn't know, you know? Who knows? Who knows? But that's not the problem. It was in my underwear. And I was like, oh, this is not going to work. And then I was like, what am I going to wipe it with, right? Because I got to wipe. So first of all, I ripped my underwear because I had all my gear on. I was about to take my socks and everything off.
Even
And so I just
that,
ripped it.
like, that's impressive. Like, you
I know.
must be real simse to like
아니 그냥
rip off underwear.
아니야 이빨 써야 했었어.
Oh
So it just
no! I forgot about the ippal. So that means
I
your
mean
mouth was super close to the poo-poo underwear.
그렇지. Anyway, 그래서 찢어가지고 내놨어. And I was like, oh my gosh, well, how am I gonna wipe my butt?
Wait, so you were like, were you like squatting and then you were like,
squat. cheek. 맞아.
oh my gosh.
And then thank God they gave us gloves. You know, the day before.
Oh yeah, they
So I was
gave
like,
us free gloves at the expo. Uh-huh.
yeah, and I actually love those gloves. They were like nice gloves, but
I also love mine.
I'll get to that. So I said, oh, being the resourceful Jihye that I am, 닦았어. And I was like, wow, thank you, gloves.
Throw it all out,
And
right? Yeah.
throw it all out. And then I just put my pants back up and I was like, okay, Jimin, let's go. And then, like, 너무 민망한 거야. But 그래도 그냥 갔어. And then, oh my gosh, after a couple steps, I had to go again. And then, 그래도 참았어. Okay, this 반복됐어 like 15 times, I swear, or something like that, where I had to keep jumping fences or go to the side. And then the whole time you're waiting. The second time I was like, 야, 지민아, 네 장갑 좀 줄래? And you're like,
Here's
here you
two.
go. So I used one for one and then the other one for another
We
time.
did find one porta potty
We
and
did.
we ran into two people there
Yes, we did.
and they had no idea what was going on in your pants.
Nope, nothing.
They all
And-
just were probably thinking, oh, they all had to pee pee, you know?
Yeah. And thank God because the porta potty was there because that time there was poop in my pants. And it's not like I could take my pants off. And so when I went to the porta potty with tissue, I had to scoop it.
Wait. No, wait. No. No.
Yes. Scooped it, put it in the porta potty, took a lot of napkins, wiped it down, put my pants back up.
Did you
then
put
I kept
any
running.
huji inside your paji just for insurance? Like, you know
No,
how
I
like
didn't even do
if
that.
you get
I
your
should have.
period while you're out, you kind of do that as like an insurance, you know?
I don't know why my mind didn't go that way. I should have done
Well,
that.
I
though.
think because you were in survival, so there was a
It's
lot of
trauma. I'm traumatized for life. But anyway, that's like as bad as it got, and then it started getting better.
I remember your bowel movements finally calmed down after
그렇지.
mile 5, 6, like around
맞아.
5.5. Uh-huh.
맞아.
And then
Yeah.
you're saying immediately after that, 고비 너무
근데 그 고비 넘자마자 어머머머
Boom.
발이 좀 아프구나라고 생각했어. And then I was like whatever. And then I kind of overcompensated by running a different way. And because again in my mind I just kept I don't know if you remember I was like 야 지민아 그냥 가 먼저 가.
Yeah, you
Because,
kept
you know,
saying
it's your
just go,
first.
just go.
Yeah, just go. And then of course you're like no 나 같이 할래. And I was like okay. So let's do it together. Anyway, the feet thing happened and I didn't say a word, right? Because I was like, I'm not going to add more burden to my friend. I think mile 8 or 9 comes about and I was like, oh, my knees are starting to hurt because I was overcompensating. And I was like, oh, 지민아, 무릎이 좀 아프구나. And then you're like, 그래, 좀 걷자. You know, so we started walking and running. And this whole time I knew my feet hurt, but it just didn't like occur to me how much it
What
actually
damage?
hurt. Yeah,
Yeah.
what damage it was doing. Later on, after the marathon was over, you know, we ran in together. It was very very like 감동받았어. It's like the highlight of the trip, to be honest, to be able to go through the start and finish with you. But it was like the most traumatizing event of my life.
Yeah, it
because
was bad for you. It was
it
really
was really
hard.
bad. It was really bad. And
What's
so,
crazy is I was doing the mile marker videos, and starting mile 9, I zoomed into your shoe and I could see the blood seeping out
yeah.
of your white shoes. And I will put a picture of what it looks like. It's crazy. Like, it was insane. Your feet, I was like, it was like, does she need to go to urgent care? It was that bad.
Yeah, it was really, really bad.
But Super
Thank
Band
God we
came
had
clutch.
we did have super band.
Yeah.
But like running through the finish line, I was like, oh my gosh, talking to a friend, and I was like, look at the pancos, little
Like
holes,
holes. You had holes. Uh huh.
on my toes for both feet, and I was like, oh my god, look at my pancos, and then somebody was like, oh my god, look at the blood, and I was like, what? And then I look at my shoe, and it's bloody, and I was like, oh my god. So I like wobbled home, and the whole time I had that
Yeah.
aluminum looking
Yeah.
jacket or like
It's like
sheet.
a plastic bag jacket that keeps you warm. So it
Yeah,
came
yeah.
clutch because you were dirty.
I was very dirty. So like I had that around my waist. I sat everywhere with that on me. Even in the car, I had to sit on that because I wasn't gonna dirty up my friend's car. And somebody was like, "Hey, how you doing? Your feet looks really bad." I was like, "I'm okay, but my pride is really hurt." I never felt this weak in my life, and I never felt
What's
like this old.
crazy is that after the finish line, when we were like chilling, eating some food, and Christina's friend
Oh
walked
yeah,
by, she's a runner, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, like I am wearing Super Vans and I didn't get any blisters." We're like, well, I guess you would think the CEO of Make It Skin, Super Band by Make It Skin would follow suit. But now it's about to become the greatest before and after and testimonial of all time. So you
absolutely.
sacrificed.
I did. It was for our company's sake. It was the worst of times, the best of times. I'm here to share it all.
It's crazy. Like, I for sure thought I was going to have bathroom issues, but like, you just took it to the next level.
Okay, but can we talk about like how many pictures you were in and how readily you were like posing for all of the pictures, and like the other girls only had like two or three, but you had like a
I
thousand
had like
pictures
20,
of yourself.
20 pictures. Like, when you look up my number, oh, other people are not like that?
No, and also like all the pictures that I'm in, you're like kind of in front of me, so you like block me.
아, 그거 미안해. And every
Centaur,
picture, I have
centaur.
like my phone on me, you know, or I know where the camera is. So I'm like, everyone else is like, and I'm like, 나는 그거는
Oh
센터는
god,
always
센터는
I know where the
진짜
camera is,
always,
you know.
always.
I
진짜
literally
대단한
remember
거야.
every time I saw a camera, I was like, ooh, gotta look good, you know. That's how I'm a professional content creator, you know.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Well, it was a great experience for me, and what I kept telling you, Jay, when you kept saying like, "Oh, ka, go, go," I was like, "Girl, I have like zero PR desires, like personal record, like, because some people have been training, so they're like, oh, I want to do a under 10-minute race and make it under whatever hours, right? I'm like, I don't even have any gauge of time, zero gauge, so." I genuinely think, even though you're going through the most traumatic time of your life, I think it kept my attention entertained. And so the first like 5 miles whizzed by, you know? And so I'm grateful. Thank you. Um,
I'll add one more thing though. Like you saw that I was not having fun, at a certain point, and I remember you saying, "Hey, Chie, put your AirPods on, listen to some good music, and just 즐겨." And then I was like, "그래, 맞아." And so, I mean, honestly, those like little things, that the little bits, I remember, and I will always remember. But it really did help. Otherwise, I would have just been like so angry the whole time because it was the
you
worst of
look so
times.
mad. Like you look
So
like you were
mad.
not having fun. But oh,
No,
good.
no,
Remember me. Remember
알았어.
my good deeds.
그래요, 그래요.
Well, we were talking about like Gia and I were talking about how Gia's a certain way when it comes to loyalty, and I'm a
Oh
certain
yeah.
way when it comes to loyalty, right? And For example, for some reason with Singles Inferno, when Junso and Teo have that bro talk about, how they both like Shein, you were very like, 짱이야, 멋있어, 진짜 멋있어. Like that's what's up. And I like didn't want to give him credit about it. But then later we agreed that like I also think it's 멋있어, of course. It's just there's a certain way about it that I just don't like to give things credit and like label it. And similarly, we were talking about, I think, are we loyal? Like, are you a loyal person? And ask anybody, Jihye is loyal. Like, loyalty is your like number one, I would say, characteristic, right? And so you'll say like, I'm loyal, right? But for me, I'm like, 글쎄. So I don't like to say I'm loyal. And I remember that one time, I forgot when this was, but you look genuinely disappointed. You look really genuinely like, 내가 이런 애랑 이딴 애랑 친구할 수 있을까? Kind of like, could I really be friends with somebody of this character that is not saying she's loyal? And I was like, I'm not saying I'm not loyal, but you never know, Because certain things, Jihye's actually really nice. Really nice. And Jihye's thing is always loyalty, and I give people the benefit of the doubt, right? And then the third thing, which is like not related, but the third thing that you should know is that when she's tired, she bows out. It don't matter who she's with. Even with me, she will bow out. I just cling and drag. I have her drag. I just drag onto her a little bit more aggressively, but she will still start heading out, right? Yeah. So those are three, I think, consistent things about you. But part of the being like benefit of the doubt is that I think you're a little too nice to people to a fault where people could step on you or people could kind of take advantage of that. And because you're kind of an oblivious person when it comes to awareness of what's happening, you're just like, that's my brand, benefit of the doubt, I'm nice, da 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 da. And then you may not know that people are stepping on you until you're like, I'm getting stepped on. And then you're like, what the heck? And then you get angry, right?
Yeah. Like the fool
but for
part.
me,
the fool
yeah,
part.
and you hate feeling like a fool,
Fool, yeah.
It's not like you're saying, I hate being stepped on. You're like, I hate the feeling of feeling like a fool,
Yeah, yeah.
For me, it's a little opposite. I mean, again, it's not like we're direct opposites, but how do I explain this? Because we're still talking about the topic of loyalty. I just don't like to say, I'm loyal. Because I feel like as soon as I say it, I'm like setting up myself for success. I mean, for failure. For failure, 그치? And then also like, I think it's like my 막내 in me. 나는 약간 잔머리가 항상 굴러다녀가지고, you just never know. You just never know. And also in working with Jihye and in dealing with a lot of other people, you call this the white Jimin, right? There's a white Jimin in me. I am so not white. I'm so Fabi because I literally grew up in Korea. But there is this white Jimin in me where when she comes up, it takes a lot of my friends aback a little bit and surprises them because I'm a little bit of a like 냉정해, very stone cold, very businessy. So anyways, we were talking about that. And I think, I don't know, I just don't like to say I'm loyal, but I just want you to say in light of this the double marathon, the full marathon and the half marathon and how I was there for you through every poop and blister and running a full 6 mile after my race. I just want you to know that I am loyal, but I'll never say that I'm loyal.
Okay, so this is my thing.
Because you never know. You never know.
No. So I'm a big believer of words and action have to go hand in hand. There's a lot of people that say, oh, actions speak louder than words. But nanan, I'm a big believer it's a 50-50. So like if my husband never said, I love you, and he only acted like he loves me, I would have a problem with that. Vice versa. If somebody says, I love you so much, but they don't act it, then I would have an issue with that. So I think that it goes hand in hand. This is with faith too. You have to profess your faith, or confess your sins. We went there. And then you have to act it out, right? And it's the transformative nature, right? So I think with that being said, I actually think like you did say I'm actually loyal at a certain point. You did say I'm a loyal person.
I just don't like to say that as like my first brand. Like I would say that is one of your top brands.
그렇지,
Me,
그렇지.
I'm
I
like,
get you.
I'm fun over loyalty because you never know. And again, I mean, I agree with you. Words are just as important as action, but I would say for me is because I would rather act first and confirm that really is me. Because again, I don't know. In my life, I've made a lot of mistakes that have surprised me. I've done things that I'm like, wow, I can't believe you would do that, you little gijibe. And so, if you are as big of a sinner or have many as faults as me, you never know, right? But the thing is, I will always try my best to act, and I think once the action I could see it, then I could claim the word and I
Ah,
could say
I
it
see.
freely. You know,
I see.
so
So
in the
it's not
end,
the
same result, but yeah,
yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. I
you're
hear you. I was just basically saying it's not that you don't have an issue with saying it. It's just that your actions have to show it first in order for you to claim it. Whereas I'm claiming it,
그렇지.
that takes me the accountability to act on it. And that is just who I am.
Exactly.
I see, I see,
Yeah,
I see.
I act on it, and then my words affirm it.
I see. I get you. 그래. 아주 좋아. 아주 좋아. 괜찮네.
This reminds me of that time of well, because I was telling Chia like we were working on like some work related emails, and I was like, nope, we're not gonna apologize. Nope, we're not gonna say this, and we stay strong and non-apologetic. We don't, and we were talking about running a business in a man's world and what differentiates us. And I think each of us in our own career, we have been that one girl, or for me, it's always been I've been a minority for sure in a sea of non Asian. So I think for me, by nature, I'm a golden retriever, but I've tried to turn more to be like a Doberman, a little bit like a Doberman, because I feel like if not, I look 약간 easy and I could come off immature, or I could come off, whatever, too girly or too nice and whatever. And so even if in my mind I'm turning really Doberman or German Shepherd like in my business, white Jimin nature, that's still like a very, very 착한, that's still categorized as a really, really nice version. It's just in my mind, I've tried to go more 냉정하게, more I don't know, objectively, less emotions, like no exclamation. I was like, take off all the exclamation marks in this email, right? But then you're kind of a little different, right? How are you in
Yeah.
work and in just your approach?
I just feel like if this is my brand and I'm like a nice person, then I'm going to continue on. And if people can accept that, then they're going to accept it, But for me, it's always been, I'm going to do me. That's kind of, even in the man's world, like I don't have to be so 냉정해. And I am not, like in general. So just instead of forcing a different like persona of me, for me it's just, oh, this is who I am, they're going to accept it or not, and it's part of the business or part of the future or whatever that looks like. So even if somebody's like trying to take advantage or do that, I'm like, oh, but I give you kudos, because you're doing right by what you're trying to do for your business or just to
But what
maximize.
if later you hear, oh, yeah, she was kind of like,
A
what
dum
if you
dum.
feel, oh,
Yeah, then if in fact I was a dum dum about that, then I would have to accept that. Like, why did I choose that? Why did I say okay to that? Or why did I walk away from that? So it is part of it, and it's okay. Like, I would accept that if I really did make a dum dum
for me,
decision.
like, it's not okay.
Okay, but
Meaning,
that's why.
it is. But listen, this is me. Comes back to the loyalty thing, right? I think growing up, I had some really hard experiences with friends kind of stepping all over me. You know,
Oh,
I was always friends with some like alpha female, not alpha female 좋아하나 봐, right? Like, and somebody that was really sad. Even though I look like I would be the most sad, I'm
맞아.
actually not, right? And then with that, I had a couple bad experiences, and I had to learn to stand up for myself and be very keen and sharp to detect if somebody is the type to take advantage of me,
Yeah.
And so as soon as I take a whiff of that, again, I won't like
Mm,
fight them. I would never. It's just the arm's length, keep them at arm's length, and like kind of they're on my watch list. Definitely happens. But for me, it's like you're 뭐 아니면 도. So you don't have a medium
맞아.
politeness. You either literally don't talk to people or don't remember their name in any conversation, anything. You're
맞아.
like just there. Or you're like talking about your testimony and deepest level of conversations, right?
맞아,
And same
맞아.
thing with politeness and kindness, whether it's business or personal. You either don't give a time of the day, like you don't even notice them, or you're like, I mean, it's a joke, but like you're ready to give them your liver. You know? Like, do you know what I mean? Like you're willing to like give them part of you. And for me, because I've been kind of burned by a couple incidents growing up, and I'll still maintain this medium level of politeness and engagement. Like, you know me, I talk to every person and I remember everything. But as soon as you've done something to lose my trust a little bit, I'll still be polite, but trust and believe is no exclamation marks. You know, is
맞아, 맞아.
I'm not sharing more than I need to. But so when I see you doing that to somebody that is on my and should be on your watch list, I'm gonna protect you from it
맞아, 맞아.
because I'm not trying to make you look like a fool either. You know, but it's a good
Yeah.
balance. Yeah,
It's very good balance. It's a very good balance.
I think the main thing I was like, hey, I just don't want you to think I'm like this mean person when it comes to business, you know. And trust me, every place I've been at, I've always been me. Like I've got coworkers that follow me on UmmaNola. My old CEO follows me. He found me. I was like, oh,
Oh,
hello, you know. And he's like pretty intimidating guy. But I was always like me, bubbly, joking around, you know. I
맞아.
do me, but by nature, a golden retriever. I have to kind of be a little bit more on edge so that I don't get stepped on because I have
그치.
been. So that's all. So, and you're not a golden retriever though. You're more like you're like a nice pit bull because a pit bull, even a nice pit bull, you don't want to cross.
I would want to say like a Siberian Husky.
Husky's intimidating though.
I don't think I'm intimidating though. I think I'm very
Exactly.
personable, but you cross me in a bad way.
Exactly. I think as I get older, I have very little space for BS and fake talk. So yes, I could politely carry a conversation, but also call it the new era, the white Jimin.
You love this white shit.
I'm starting to 나는 진짜 now I'm like 할 말 다 해. Not in a
Oh,
combative way, but
no, no.
in a boundary drawing way,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I see that. I see that.
Because for me, I think it's better to be clear and upfront in a non-confrontational way, in a loving way, so that because if not, then I can't build on that relationship authentically. My desire is always to build relationships. So if there's something that's like 걸렸어 with somebody, it's really hard for me to build on it in a fake way. So I don't know. It kind of sounds like we're the same, but there's like nuances, you know?
Yeah.
I should
So
go pick up
your
my kids.
Yeah, you have to go pick up your kids.
Okay, we continue.
bye.
Bye.
No.
I'm back from picking up the kids.
How do they come?
Totally forgot what we were talking about, but have you noticed a difference in my makeup routine?
Yeah. Eyeliner.
It's because I already told you yesterday. Today I'm trying a soft brown pencil eyeliner.
Nice. And how do you like it so far?
It feels like something is missing, like a strong black eyeliner. My eyes are also very, very, Sankapur is going nuts right now, but it's okay.
What made you want to
feel-
change it up?
In my makeup journey, right? Or
Now we're
in
going through
people's
your
makeup,
makeup journey.
in people's makeup, in how people do makeup. There's like that 청순가련 look, that innocent, pure, no makeup girl look, right? And then there's like the Kim K, Vava Voom, like high contouring, everything's like perfect, right? And I'm definitely more in, like, compared to if you look at the full range of makeup, I'm definitely in the more natural. But within the natural, I'm definitely in the more like va-va-voom,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep,
Like I
that's
don't
right.
desire to look natural, but I have no desire to look like contour. I don't contour actually. But lately I feel like my eyeliner, I just feel like it's just something that I'm like so used to. So I just want to try to sometimes do without it or try a softer look.
And do you like it so far?
Not really. Feels like, but I actually don't care either way. But I would say that it all depends. If I have a picture of myself somewhere, like video is kind of hard, but I feel like if I'm like out and I took a picture, I feel like it would look a little bit like tongue, a little bit not like bam, you know? So I'm not sure. But that's kind of where I'm at. You know, lately there's trends that are happening right now in the makeup world, Chia, for you, or in the makeup and fashion world.
Okay.
Skinny jeans are trying to come back.
My favorite.
When I met you, that was your vibe.
It was my vibe.
Patagucci,
Uh-huh.
skinny jeans because Chie, even though she was like a little bit tongtonge back then, your legs were always skinny. So it's like
So skinny.
you I
Looked
knew
like a
you
little
were trying
lollipop.
to. Yeah. Yeah. And then you had like big Nike like those the Air Max, the you know? So it was a look. It was a certain look, but the jeans were so tight.
Very
It's like,
tight.
girl, I know your legs are skinny, but you don't need to choke out your legs.
Trust me, it's not choking out. It's just naturally that skinny. Like I'm
It
not
really
choking
was so
anything out.
skinny. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just want to let you know, in case you kept those jeans, they're coming back. Yeah, I'm actually saying still don't wear it. So,
Okay.
okay, this is a PSA for moms. If you start seeing in your feed that the young people are saying that skinny jeans are back, we're not going to go to that
We're not.
unless you're actually really skinny.
Oh, I see. So what you're saying is I'm not skinny.
No, no, not saying. So there's a certain look. All the people that are saying skinny jeans are back, if you look, they're all literally like size 25 skinny, where the
I
skinny
see.
jeans just look like paji. They just
Oh,
look like straight
그렇지.
leg jeans.
I guess so.
But
I guess so.
skinny jeans on us moms, it looks like we've struggled through it and you know so we're gonna delay that basically as much as possible is what I'm
Got
saying.
it. Got it. Got it.
We don't need to follow every trend. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Other makeup trends that are happening, I know you didn't ask, but for you, is a lot of girlies, the young girlies, are really into the full lash look. Now
Okay.
it's into the going back to the bare eyes. So people are ditching the
Oh,
the
I see.
heavy lash extensions and they're going for the bare look. Okay?
Well, that's my specialty, the bear look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at me now.
Trust me, they're not actually bare. They still have everything on. They're just like bare, you know? And then also the brown eyeliner is one of the trends
I see.
where instead of a big strong like line, it's more soft. Those all look good if you're young and cute and
No, 나네.
anyways, those are the trends that are happening. And then yeah. How has business been so far, Chia? How has it been? Are you getting good
Listen,
sleep at night?
I mean, I'm up at like 3:30 a.m. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I do conk out around 8, 9. So
You're jet lagged too.
a little bit. No, it's been good, you know. How do you feel about the business, Jimin?
I was thinking about one thing because I'm the one that's messaging all these influencers. Today I was hit with this thought of influencers get paid so much money, and I'm not dissing on influencers because I know some that they work so hard
맞아,
and
맞아.
the amount of advertisement that they give to a product, they should get paid that much. But my thing is, these huge corporations have all this money to give, and that's how they grow, right? And a lot of their sub brands get that same money, grow. But how are small businesses really able to compete against? And I ask this because, every time I kind of try to reach out an influencer, they'll immediately ask, like, is there a campaign that you're running? Which means, like, is there a paid ad campaign, or this is my fee? And it's like at a price where we could just buy 10,000 more super bands, which we need to.
맞아.
You know,
맞아.
it's just like at a phenomenal amount compared to, a small business's budget, right? So I'm not naive to say you should be paying for marketing, but I was just hit with a thought of like, wow, it's 진짜 hard for small business to compete, especially in a big, like if you're not trying to compete in a little fish tank and you're trying to compete really in like an ocean, it's really hard. And we really are at the mercy of sending free PR. So even getting addresses is like so hard, So we're at the mercy of begging for addresses, and then hoping that somebody kind of gets hurt, and then hoping that they remember our product, and then hoping that they use our product correctly, or that that's an appropriate way to use our product so it works, and then that they will remember to post about us. It's like I feel like we're at the mercy of so many, like, I hope this happened, because we don't have the dollars. And I was just like, I mean, it's all part of the fun. What I love so much is the grassrootsy vibe that we're growing. Like every time we never have met her, but every time she posts about us and she's like, oh, I gave it out to like 2 other people today on my hike at the baseball game. I'm like, thank you. She has like samples ready to go in her bag. She's better than me. 나보다 진짜 더 잘하는 것 같아 지금. Then I'm like so 뿌듯해. But whenever
맞아.
I like finish talking to an influencer and like the conversation, I feel like it's kind of fizzling out. I'm like, it's not discouragement, but I'm like, wow, it's a really big mountain to climb.
Mm. Yeah, but it's worth climbing. That's the thing. So, and my again, I think I'm more the optimistic side always. But it's like people that get it will do it like the Suns. So it's a matter of like getting more of those people that really do believe in us, whether they're like very influential or not. Like who knows what that really actually means? And talking to one of your connects, it really shed light into, hey, they might be huge influencers for various reasons, and again, they work really hard, but it might not really make an impact on the sales. In that sense, it's like, no, let's just have fun with it, and the right people will come. And I really do, as long as we continue to work hard, keep our focus, and really believe in our product, I think people will come. And that's like kind of the Apple way. So
Right. And even huge influencers, I think I even know, as I follow a lot of them, when it is a really like there's a surprise there and an excitement over a genuine excitement over a discovery of a product, I could tell whether they have 10 other
맞아.
viral views or not. Like I could tell even from a huge influencer when there's genuine impact, and then I'm influenced, right, to try that
Yeah.
product. So we just kind of hope that happens. So I think that's just more my thought. And so far it's been so fun and we're learning a lot. But that was my thought this week. Like,
힘들다.
influencer들이 진짜, they hold such a big key. And because of our budget, we don't have that key to open that door, but we have, community and friends and word of mouth to kind of lean on, and hopefully that'll carry us through.
Yeah. No, I really think it's a really good place to be, because before it was all celebrities, which is super duper expensive, right? But now at least there's social media influencers that are like a little bit more reachable, and they sometimes even have more influence than the celebrities. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good place to be. And
Although, if you were to name one celebrity that you would want to give super bands to, because who knows, maybe in our community there's a connection. 나는 I already know, but
who?
John has been a little bit of an influence.
What do
Aisha
you mean?
Curry. Aisha
Oh.
Curry. Because she's got 3
Mm.
kids,
Mm-hmm.
horseback riding, sports mama. Her kids and my kids about the same age. Go Dubs. But either way, I just love who she is. I love the Currys. I love Aisha Curry. And I would love if somebody could give her some super bands. So if somebody has an in, you let me know.
Should we go on Shark Tank? Should we try?
Oh my gosh. She is bringing this up because somebody just told us we should try, and that somebody was on Shark Tank before, and that person was like, "You guys should go on it. You do great." And then we were like, "Oh my gosh, stop! Oh my gosh, stop!" Ever since I told John, he's like, "You guys should do it. Dynamic duo. Like, you guys would do great." I'm like, "Stop it."
I mean, I think for what it's worth, we should always try for everything.
Absolutely. Good Morning America,
그렇지.
Shark Tank.
그렇지.
What else? Just come at it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so who knows if one day you'll see us like dun dun. Good morning, sharks. We are Jimin and Jihye. It's like the Miss Korea speech. 진짜 팍 외우는 거야, you know? It's like the
맞아.
안녕하세요 참가번호 11번 진짜 쫙 나와야 돼 without thought, you know? 근데 또 preparation 하면 또 지혜 리 씨는지, you know?
아니지.
Do you think you would do well? Do you think you would feel nervous?
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. Of course.
Of course nervousness, but like are you good at like public speech, like
No.
TV
You're better.
이런 거?
I feel like you would be better. I'd be too serious. 진짜 either
It's
I'm
like you
very
need to
serious
have
or
like a
멍 때려.
shot or something. Yeah, you need to have like a shot before you go in, like tequila, you know?
But can we just talk about why you were like in your own little world thinking about Shark Tank and what the visual and concern you actually
Oh my
had?
god. Okay, this is the last story, okay? Because a couple weeks ago when Chia and I were hanging out, we were walking by Aritzia. And then Chia goes, I've always wanted to have this like full suit look. And I was like, no, Chia, I've always thought about that. I've thought if I ever get awarded as Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year, I'm going to come in full suit, like a colored suit with heels and pumps. And it has to be like, 조금 like a little bit like, kind of like that no bra look. And then, but like kind of show, and then Chia goes, no, it's the V has to be deeper. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, it's gonna go like down to my belly. I was like, that's really inappropriate. So we go to Aritzia, and lo and behold, we see a light color suit that one was Chia wanted, and then like a darker blue or suit that I wanted. So we're like, yo, let's just try this. So we like each take it to Aritzia. And then, Aritzia, the changing room, there's no freaking mirrors inside. So you have to come to the middle where all the guys are sitting in the couch. So we both each get our suits and we're like, 가운데서 만나, like see you in the middle. But the thing is, just literally that morning, I had been targeted by TikTok for Jihye because one time I got this bra targeted to me from TikTok saying, oh, this is a minimizer bra. I'm like, minimize? Surely it's not for me because I'm trying to maximize my life, But I was like, Jihye, this is for you. I think I'm getting targeted for you. And I bought it kind of as like a half joke, but it turns out it's the most amazing bra. Because that day you had that bra on, right? And then we go and put our suits on. And there's a certain thing that, like, I guess with big boobs, that clothes fit weirdly for big boob ladies. I've never experienced that. But it's like a consistent thing how here it kind of like, so then,
맞아.
it like 튀어나와, right? So then we both take our suits and like, we're like bra only and come out, see you in the middle. And then we come out and freaking Jihye looked amazing. Like you looked better than me, which I got a little bit jealous about, but it's okay. I'll come back stronger next time. But literally, I think it was your bra, right?
It's the bra. It's the bra because of the way that it just fit. Like usually there's like top. It always like.
이게 starts.
알지.
나는 모르지. 근데 봤지.
그렇지. Something.
But
just
you were
doesn't
like,
fit right.
you were like shocked at yourself. You were like staring at yourself.
But also like everything I wore that day, just everything looked good. Everything
그날
looked good.
약간 went a lot of shopping.
Oh, in a lot of shopping. I said, 여보, 고마워.
But anyways, so when this person said, hey, you guys should just go on Shark Tank. And then we were like, oh, stop. And then later I was like, yo, Jihye, immediately I was thinking about what suit, when we wore that suit. But because it's TV, we got to keep it like not too low. And then Jihye's like, no, how low can you go? We go straight to the belly. I was like, ain't nobody want to see the belly. Anyways, that was what we were talking about. But, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
I know. Let's go.
I mean, 그거는 뭐 우리가 just because we say let's go, it's not like Shark Tank will accept us. But I have confidence, you know? I have confidence.
You just never know what happens in life. That's why it's so 재밌어. 그냥 가는 거야. Put our dreams
in
out
my
there.
life, it's 충분히 capable that my journey would include Shark Tank in it. In my life. I don't know why I think that. But 그거는 is 충분히 a plausible scenario.
Yeah.
I think it's
그냥
because of my pageant thing. It's like,
맞아.
like why not? It
맞아.
really is. Like I kind of just think of it like, yeah. If I got on Good Morning America, absolutely. Belly.
We'll
just kidding. They were like, no, I want to see that. And
Just open 가는 거야.
open concept. Open concept. They'll be like,
Trend,
oh,
you
is
know?
this a bra company? We're like, no.
The first thing we'll say, who cares about Superman? It's like, my dream was to wear open concept.
Oh, so anyways, I was thinking, Jihye, we have to
What's that?
be in tip-top shape because the TV camera, it may come anytime. And when that moment comes, we want to look our best. We don't want to look like ajumas. You know what I'm saying?
No,
정신
of
빡
course not.
차리고.
그래.
of course not.
맞아. 그래. I got you.
정신 빡 차리고. You know what I mean?
어.
I want to be our hottest. I keep thinking, oh, I'll turn my hottest self when this happens. I'm like holding back.
No, there's nothing to hold back. 지금,
I'm
now
like,
is the time.
right now, I'm at about my 60% hottest hot potential.
I'm like
Do
at
you ever
100.
think about?
I've never looked this good in my life. Okay, 진짜로.
So
그리고 너는 그냥 운동해. 나는 plastic surgery 할게. 알았지? See you in the middle.
나도 뭐 약간 조금 tuning, 조금. But yeah. So I was just thinking, you know what? You never know when life is gonna come, and TV likes good looks.
Absolutely.
And we don't want to be like, oh my gosh, why was I so out of shape? We want to seize a moment. So part of our role as co-founders and of this super band by Make It Skin is we got to look good.
Yeah. Absolutely agree. And I'm telling you, I've never looked this good in my life.
아니야, 이거는 is not enough. 더 look good 해야 돼.
알겠어. 걱정하지 마.
약간 걱정.
아니야. 재밌다.
Anyhow.
참 재밌어.
So that's that. Thanks everyone for listening. If you haven't listened already, so please go catch the Honey Jam Pod episode of us talking to Janice and Jess. We had so much fun. And of course, subscribe to our podcast as well.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye, Jia. 안녕.
Bye.